Hello there. Hi, this is day 2 of EB Awareness Week. And I've made a series of videos for this week talking about challenges and blessings of having epidermolysis bullosa. Epidermolysis bullosa is also known as butterfly skin. And it is a genetic condition that has no cure and is not reversible. So it is basically something that you have to live with. What is epidermolysis bullosa? Well, epidermolysis bullosa, EB, or butterfly skin, is a condition where the layers of your skin, the anchors that keep the layers of your skin together, don't work. So your skin easily glides and separates, therefore causing blisters and open wounds. Sometimes, depending on how severe the condition is, it can be caused by water, air, touch, anything. I have the mildest form of epidermolysis bullosa. It's called Epidermolysis Bullosa Simplex. And so I do not suffer those extreme situations that so many children specifically go through. Now, a lot of infants who have this severe form of epidermolysis bullosa do not live many years or do not survive it. A lot of the younger people who do survive infancy with epidermolysis bullosa have a very young mortality rate because basically infection, the inner organs are affected as well. So a lot of things are affected by this condition. So I was going to talk about the challenges and a blessing. So one challenge and one blessing every day about this condition. So, I have it. So let me show you. Like, these are my hands. I took my nail polish off so you could see it affects your nails, it affects your skin, it affects your hair, it affects your teeth, it affects lots of other areas of your body. And I'll be talking about those in future videos because I have a whole week to talk about different aspects. So the first day, yesterday, I talked about the awkwardness, I guess I would say, the awkwardness of being in public and showing people your skin, how it's different, how it's marked, how it has open wounds. And a lot of times, I'll tell you the truth, it wasn't so much that I was afraid because I had a bad or a low self-esteem, because my parents did an excellent job and I did not suffer from that. But it was the fear of making people feel uncomfortable to be around me, or scared or worried or concerned that whatever I had was contagious. So just exposing your extremities, because usually, the extremities are the most that are affected. Just showing your extremities and having people wonder and worry if they'll get whatever you have is a challenge in itself. But another thing that might seem like a challenge, and I'm making these videos also because when I was younger, I could not find hardly any information about this condition. And I could not find, I saw some information about people with the extreme and severe form of the disease, but I could not find any information about people like me that had the milder condition. So maybe I hope this will help somebody out there a little bit with their struggles. So one thing that was a challenge was the thought of dating, finding someone that would want to be in a relationship with me with the condition that I had. It's bad enough being a teenager. That's absolutely normal, and all the struggles that you go through as a young person with your self-esteem and your identity, and just trying to figure all that out, and the wondering of, will anyone ever love me or accept me or like, because let's face it, everybody likes to have somebody who likes the way you look. So that was kind of something in the back of my mind that was always kind of messing with me. Will you ever have a relationship? Will you ever date someone? And that was when I was younger. But when I was younger, it was kind of weird because I was like, what's the point of having a boyfriend if you can't get married? So I kind of had that as something that would happen in the future if it happened. But yes, I had crushes on guys and things like that. And I always thought they'd never look at me. They'd never want to be with me because, hello, look at all the beautiful, normal people out there. And so it was kind of a struggle because I didn't really know how that would all work out and if I would ever go through that experience. Truth of the matter is, yes, I did. And I have been through lots of wonderful relationships and experience. When I was younger, I never dated per se. It was like friends that turned into a relationship. So it was kind of different. But after a certain age, I wasn't really seeing that my strategy was working. And I kind of went through a difficult breakup or relationship. I decided, you know what, I'm going to start dating because I never had really dated before. So I did. And yes, I tried online dating. And that was a challenge because how and when do you tell somebody that you have a condition? I was very straightforward with it. And it didn't seem to cause that much of a problem as much as I thought it would. Lots of guys really liked me the way I was, and that's kind of awesome. So if you're out there and you have normal skin and you're wondering, will anyone ever look at me? Or maybe you have another condition, you know what? Just be strong in who you are and be secure in who you are. And don't be afraid to let your flaws show, especially in a relationship. And the right person will appear. The wrong person will appear too. It's just like everything, okay? But I will tell you one thing. Dating and the thought of being in a relationship and all of those other things. And yes, I did get married. I later divorced after several years. But it happens, okay? I did have lots of beautiful relationships, very meaningful, very deep, profound relationships where my skin was kind of like more a problem for me because I wanted to be beautiful for that person. And I felt that I wasn't perfect as other people were. Nobody's perfect, I know, but in comparison, hello, it's so then it was for the other person. The other person seemed to be able to deal with it better than even I did, which is weird. But the truth of the matter is that in relationships, my skin condition was a challenge more in my head than anywhere else, but it was also a blessing. And it's going to sound weird, but it was a blessing because you know what? If somebody cannot accept you the way you are, the way you look, and cherish you and try to get to know you more just because of that exterior, then you really don't want them in your life. So I will tell you that in dating and in relationships, it was a challenge for me to be able to feel, I don't know, like I was enough or pretty enough, even though I really think I'm kind of cute, but it was a challenge for me just psychologically, just to believe that someone would really be able to find me attractive, even though I do think I am attractive. But when it comes to that, to a relationship with a guy, with a man, it's always an insecurity, even for girls who are totally perfect. So don't judge me. But at the same time, it was a blessing because it kind of weeded out those who would have maybe other intentions and maybe be superficial and not the right person for me or for anyone. So, in a sense, that thing that seemed to be such a challenging thing for me was also a blessing. Because let's face it, if somebody's gonna only like you for the way you look on the outside, but not cherish you for what you are on the inside, eventually everybody's gonna look like this, all wrinkly. I don't know if you can see it. So eventually everyone's gonna lose that perfect exterior. So it was kind of a challenge, but it was also a blessing to be different and to be able to be appreciated for who I was and what I look like too. So Epidermolysis Bullosa Awareness Week is from the 25th to the 30th, and so I'll be making a video every day talking about a challenge and a blessing about having this condition. And so today's was dating and relationships. It was great. It was fine. It was wonderful. At times it was horrible and painful, but that would have happened whether I had perfect skin or not. So if you're worried, if you're frustrated, if you're wondering if you'll ever find somebody that accepts you the way you are, let me be the first to tell you that I had many beautiful relationships with wonderful young men and older men, and it will come to you and you will have this experience that sometimes you're afraid that you'll never have because of the way you look or whatever else you might have. Maybe you don't have a skin condition like I do, but you have something else and it makes you feel insecure. You know what? For the right person, you're going to be the most amazingly beautiful person in the world. Ding! Oh my gosh, I'm feeling romantic. No. Anyhow, remember to pray for those who have this condition. Even today, Epidermolysis Bullosa. It is irreversible. There is no cure. All we can do is kind of maintain what we have and try to stay safe and stay healthy, and do what we can to just survive. Later on during the week, I'll talk about some other issues that are challenges, such as other areas of our health, our body, and other things that might be a challenge for people with this condition. Let me tell you, I was born with it and I'm going to die with it unless God heals me, and I do believe that He's a God that can do that. But it's been a challenge, but also a blessing. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll probably make 2 videos today because I skipped because it's really late right now. It's like midnight. I was out all night having fun. God bless you. Bye. Shalom.